Even right now as well as earlier, the perception of people is still there. Like, yeah, my closest of people who are there, that a lot of people are not able to see the potential in these utensils or the craft overall, and but the kind of potential that we can see. And even it was very difficult for our parents or our relatives to make them understand that the kind of potential this has, that we can sell these utensils and we can bring back these utensils, because their main questions always are maintenance, scalability. Even now a lot of my relatives tell me that you guys should start using machines, but we are like that will at the end of the day kill our USP. Like, for example, copper bottles in the market is very popular, but what people don't understand, that the copper bottles are machine made. And even we have got lots of corporate inquiries around copper bottles. Some people are like, we will purchase 5,000 bottles, why don't you make it for us? But at the end of the day, we have to stick to our USP. We have to stick to the cause that we are, because if we also get into that, then what will be the differentiating factor
Even
between...
if it's opening channels for say profitability
Right.
goals, but still you got to stay to towards what
Towards our purpose, because our purpose at the end of the day is reviving this craft form. And I don't think my motivation will lie there if we start using machines, because right now all of our motivation is the fact that we are helping reviving a craft form. So it was very difficult overall. It still is. Like, a lot of my relatives or the close ones, then they do not have a lot of faith in the initiative. But I guess that in itself is something which motivates me a lot. Whenever I hear someone saying that, are you sure it will work out? Like, if they say that, I don't see a potential in this, ye kitna bech loge, or all of those things, ki how will people buy these expensive products, how will you make them buy, online business chalta bhi hai kya? So you get to hear these things on a daily basis. That is something that it motivates me even further. When I hear these things, I'm like, all right, then now it gives me the power that I have to make them see these things. I don't usually respond to these messages. I'm just like, don't worry, it will work out. Because I prefer to do that through actions. We are always like, wait for a few months, we'll show them the results. We'll show them by setting up a store. We'll, like, even now we have set up a store. There's still some of my relatives who come to me with in a consoling tone, that they have themselves assumed that the store is not working. So they're like, ki, don't worry beta, it's just the beginning, things will work out, things will settle. And I'm like, it's fine, it's going decent, it's not bad. And I have that belief that it will work out. That's why we have set up the store. So still there are a lot of people even after setting up the store, but the fact that you can prove them wrong in itself becomes like a fire inside you. And that has personally helped me a lot, that whenever someone says bad about our initiative or doesn't show trust, I feel all the way more happy that there will definitely come one day when I will be able to prove this person wrong. And that has helped me. Initially it used to trouble a lot of us. We used to get sad, we used to get demotivated, but then over time we used to see that as a fuel for us, fuel inside us, that all right, now this gives us an opportunity to make that happen.
as we call it, Bartan Wala in house today. But also, Nada, what you mentioned this thing, I was mentioning to you, right, Mahesh Babu, he said this thing to me that, like, when he was transitioning to EV, so it was long time back. So he said that when people came to me and told me, na, ki EV, kyun kar, like, things that it won't work. So he said, I always ask people, give me 10 reasons why this won't work. And जो वो 10 reasons देते थे, उन 10 reasons से क्या पता कुछ तो reason निकलेगा जो आगे काम करने के लिए help करेगा. So, like, I have personally started doing this. I ask people, okay, tell me why it won't work. And many of them were like, okay, I don't have time, okay, I was just saying that way. And very few will actually stand and say, okay, these are things I feel. And that really becomes the factors that we can actually implement into our strategies.
Absolutely. In India, this problem actually exists, that you'll get opinion from a lot of people. Expert opinion is always out there if you go out and get it, or if you want it, people will always be ready to give their opinion.
I will said this thing. People, just because some people are bigger in age, they feel that it's their right to give you opinion.
Right. And that's what you need to understand, that you need to have faith in what you're doing. And you need to see that those people you're taking advice from, they need to understand from your shoes as well. They need to come in your shoes and they need to see it. So when we also listen to opinions, like, I personally look at the fact of how much that person has also experienced the industry, or then we definitely, pay attention to it. Because let's say if there's someone who has been in the this particular handcraft industry for 15 years or 20 years, then they definitely, would have more knowledge about it, and they'll understand more. They already have seen those challenges that we might not have seen. But let's say, if there are a lot of other people who come to us and, they just try to give free ka gyan ki, ये क्या बर्तन बेच के क्या होगा. I remember one of my ताऊजी's told me that, घंटी बेच के कितना कमा लोगे, ये सब इसमें क्या रखा हुआ है, why don't you look for other things. A lot of them still want me to, pursue UPSC or IAS exams. So, but at the end of the day, the more you can understand whom to listen to and which voices to avoid, that helps a lot. Like, that helps for your inner peace as well, and that helps you in your journey as well to stay focused and to understand कि मेरे को तो ये करना ही है, irrespective of what people say. So that is definitely there, and I would say this is a problem in India for sure, that a lot of people will have opinions irrespective of them having the knowledge about it, that what should happen, what should not happen. But again, it's our job, our self-control to understand and see how we can manage the situation, how we can, even if we are not able to explain them, but how we can explain them through actions by showing them results and not just telling about their doubts or trying to clarify their doubts.
I agree. I know, like, my friend always tells this thing to me that okay, things are not happening, things might not be happening the way you want it to be, or people might not be, like they were just pushing around. But you have to guard your mindset, because अगर इस time पे break हो गया तो ये वाला time पे काम तो नहीं हो पाएगा, and you are wasting your time, you're wasting those seconds to create something just because of some ABC person's unsolicited opinions or advice, which won't even matter. Like, maybe after a month or so, they're like, okay, ye to mera so and so hai, and they're doing so good. So why do you have to waste that time to create something?
And in fact, there's so many examples in the world, like, who would have thought that everyone will start using mobile apps or something for groceries, but people are. COVID brought that change, when all the physical retail stores closed down. Like, even my parents, they started ordering online because they had no other option left. So the same kind of people who used to tell that they could not trust online shopping, or they did not have belief in booking cab from Uber or Ola, they have themselves started realizing how important it is, and the shift has already started coming. So even when we talk about sustainability or climate change, a lot of people still talk about they don't believe that there's a future in it. But I am pretty sure that some years down the line, these people would also be the ones using these products, and they will be talking about the kind of change that has been brought because of these products. And that's what even we think, the people who are going away from these utensils, they will also come back at some stage.
Actually,
yes. And so at some stage they'll come back because they will realize, how important it is and how much of a change it can bring to their lifestyle. So definitely, a lot of times when people comment about something working or not working, later on they get realized of it because of such examples, that some of the examples that have happened. And I guess these examples are perfect for a lot of us, all the entrepreneurs out there, anyone who's working towards a cause, that if there are a lot of people who are not believing this will happen today, you have to be in the present, you have to work it out today, so that tomorrow you can show them that this is something which is possible, because yesterday something like this has already happened.